The HD podcast.
Slipped in that.
You always have it slip.
Have you seen that video of A$AP Rocky when he's like, I was slipping on semen?
Huh? No. How's it go?
It's just that. Because he was in prison in like Sweden or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, slipping on semen.
Wow. Okay.
Alright, let us know, man.
No.
Oh, we already started?
Yeah, we're good.
Wow, embarrassing. Anyway, how you been, man?
What is up, YouTube
TikTok.
and gang?
All over the world. International.
We're back with a special episode.
A nighttime episode, yeah.
Yeah, so Demon Hours, actually.
Yeah.
It's currently after 9 p.m.
This is beyond some people's bedtime, by the
So
way.
especially you. So
Especially mine.
we're feeling a bit, what's the word I'm looking for?
Scandalous.
I was going to say tantalizing.
Both.
So we had a cup of coffee before. So we with the juice is flowing.
I'm still drinking it too. What?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
Good, man. Shit. Life. So yeah, I think that in the last episode we spoke about babies and that, fatherhood and that.
Yeah.
There's this thing for babies that's called a tongue tie. Do you know what that is?
Tongue tie?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's something like with a dummy or nah?
Nah, man, nah.
No.
Essentially it's with their tongue. You know I don't even know what it's called. You know the muscle that, or the ligament that holds your tongue down? The one that's right under your tongue? And I bet you, for anyone that's listening or watching, you definitely like went to feel it as well. Like, you know, when
Can I show you a quick trick?
you're not going to put your hands in my mouth. We're not taking it there.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do my hands, but I was gonna. Anyway, so like, is a trick to breathe better, like the airflow, and you'll notice the difference in temperature
I breathe
as
good,
you
though.
breathe. Let me finish. Let me cook. So what I want you to do is I want you to like slightly open your teeth, so there's a gap in between, and close your lips together, like this. And then put the tongue like on the roof of the top section near the teeth.
Okay.
Do you notice anything when you breathe in the air?
Feels a bit chilly.
Mm.
Okay.
That's how they trained in the Navy SEALs.
What's the reason?
Airflow and physics.
Is that airflow or avlo?
Airflow.
Airflow.
Yeah, and physics.
No, for what reason? To just learn airflow and physics? Or when they're swimming? Because would you say Navy SEALs?
Yep.
So when they're under the water, that's how they got to,
Mm-mm.
with the oxygen tank?
Yeah, so when they're going through the waves and they need to navigate the Alps and the crossroads, they do this special breathing technique.
I'm gonna need you to tell me the source.
The source?
Yeah. Where'd you hear this from? Where'd you get this from?
Reddit.
I believe 7% of the story now. I was with you up until you said Reddit.
Really?
Anyone can post on Reddit, no?
True.
Exactly.
But like the guy said it was like backed by science, so I was like, all right, cool. Continue.
Yeah, so basically, well, if you had a tongue tie, you wouldn't be able to do this Navy SEAL breathing technique, I reckon. Because so tongue tie basically, and it's very noticeable in a baby, they can't lift their tongue up at all. So I don't know what it is, but the ligament that's under your tongue, it's like at the very tip of the tongue as a baby, and it basically just holds their tongue down because like when they try to lift it up, the ligament doesn't allow them to stretch their tongue out, which causes issues around like feeding. Later in life, what we've been told is like it can lead to speech impediments and like difficulties with talking. So I was like, shit, maybe I got a tongue tie. I don't know. So we had a procedure done for him to like help him with the whole tongue tie situation.
So is this like a common occurrence
Yeah,
in babies?
man.
Or?
I mean, I didn't know about it, but it's super common.
Yeah.
Like I know directly like 2 other or 3 other babies that have had it, and then baby boy got it or had it.
Is this random or is it like a causation?
Nah, I think it's just like as it happens. As it happens, man. Yeah, man. So we got it chopped up. Free my boy, my slime. He's good now though. He's alright. Apparently, like as an adult, or like if you don't get it done as a child, it carries through, and then as you get older, you might still have a tongue tie. So right now, you might like people out there that are listening right now, you might have a tongue tie. You just don't know.
Mm.
You could have so much more mobility of your tongue.
Is there a way to test it?
I don't know. You know, have you ever seen those people where they can like, oh, I can touch my nose with my tongue? Zero tongue tie. Because you butt the whole tongue out and then touch the tip of your nose. That's insane.
Nah, I was gonna do it, but I can't get caught on.
Yeah, no, not on the cam. That's
On the
insane.
cam,
Maybe
nah.
afterwards, try it out.
In this presidency,
Yeah,
crazy,
no.
crazy.
Yeah, no. And then, like, even the people when they stick their tongue out, it's like, yuck, bro. Is that like the Scream mask?
What?
I mean, the Scary Movie mask. You know how the guy's like, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So if you got a tongue tie, yeah, man. I don't know. Talk to your doctor or some shit. But yeah, we had that done. That was a rough couple nights because he was like obviously learning how to reuse his tongue because new mobility, feeding a lot more because it's like helps with the feeding. So that was a movie, man. I don't even think like.
He was quite restless.
Yeah, man. Shout
a
out
bit more.
wifey, man. She
Yeah.
pulled an all-nighter on that on the first night.
Damn.
Pretty much, yeah, man. Because baby boy was just, yeah, insane. But so he charged us. Obviously, it was a charge. Well, as in Australia, I think your baby get like free appointments up until X age. I don't know what the age is. But this procedure was $210. All right, stick with me. $210 for old boy being the doctor. I promise you, it's like sewing scissors. Liz's gonna get mad at me listening to this because I told her straight after he cut it, I was like, "Yo, man, I could have done my boy's tongue with this." It looks like just a sterilized pair of scissors that he picked up out of a pack. I could cop that from like Office Works.
Or Bunnings as well.
Bunnings as well,
Even
yeah. Bro,
Coles.
just huh?
Probably Coles as well.
Even Coles.
Yeah.
And he had like, you know when you go to the doctor, or when you used to go to the doctor, and they'd be like, "Oh, open your mouth to see, like, let me see if there's mucus or anything on the back," and they put like a stick in your mouth.
Yeah,
And it's like that woody type of icy pole type stick.
Yeah, I hate the texture.
Yeah, man. So he had that. Fair enough. My boy, like, he put some cream or something in my boy's mouth to like numb it up a little bit. But all he did was just with the stick, kind of hold his tongue in a certain angle and then just snip with the scissors. And I promise you, bro, cut 3 times, man. He probably only cut twice. He got paid $100 per cut. Are we in the wrong field?
So you just cut like the skin underneath it?
Yeah. So basically that again the I'm calling it a ligament. We're just gonna roll with that. The ligament that's under your
I
tongue.
still got it.
Well, yeah, obviously. As in, like, so he cuts it
Yeah.
so like it, instead of it being at the very tip of the tongue, it kind of like he cuts it away essentially. So he's cutting it away, and then as it heals like.
Oh, so it's like further back when it heals.
Correct. Yeah.
Right,
So it
right.
heals further back. Yeah, man. I promise you, I could. Wifey gonna hear this, she gonna blast me for it, but I'm gonna say it again, man. I could have cut my boy's tongue.
I'm as a bystander, I'm inclined to agree.
Tell me about
Like I feel like, especially in this economy,
it.
you
Two-
could
two cent.
have taken that money and got a McFlurry
Several.
amongst other things.
Several McFlurries.
Yeah.
100%, man. Yeah. I mean, petrol alone these days. It's getting cheaper.
Yeah, it's getting cheaper. Yeah,
Still expensive.
100%.
But yeah, man, that's what I've been up to. I mean, me and wife have been up to recently.
Mm-mm.
What about you, man?
I just been reading a book. It's called Never Split the Difference. So it's about all that, and I've been watching The Invincibles as well. Do you ever watch The Boys?
I'm gonna get around to it.
Pending. It's like the book's basically like a former FBI. Let me get factual information actually.
Hold on, gang. How did this relate to? Did you end up watching The Boys? You gonna circle back?
No, because The Invincibles is tied to that. The Boys.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
when I've seen snapshots and like screenshots of it, I'm like, that kind of looks like they're from the same kind of place. Anyway, the book.
Yeah, the book.
Never
is-
split the diff. Ronce.
So like just for face value, what do you think it's about? Ignoring what I told you what it's about. If I didn't tell you what it's about and I asked you that question, how would you come to me?
Never split the difference.
This is not a rap verse.
I'm gonna say never split the difference. The book is about. Well, I'd actually say something to do with like standing for your opinion. If I just hear the title, never split the difference, I'm gonna say, yeah, all right, I'm gonna stand on mine, and not wave or falter on my own opinions.
Yeah.
You pulling my leg? Shit, I could ride.
I mean,
If I could be a...
no, not
an author.
exactly, not exactly.
All right, shoot me down then. That's cool.
It's about navigating.
Who's the guy first off?
Former FBI agent.
Oh, are we gonna shout him out or not?
Shout
Just
him out.
yeah.
Shout him out.
Shout out Chris Voss, man. Is that him?
I'm glad you can see.
Yeah.
No, it's about how I would summarize it is like the subtle art of human interaction and social conversations.
Okay.
How you deal with different people. This obviously takes it in a negotiation standpoint. So he do a lot of terrorist negotiations and kidnapping negotiations.
Old boy would, so he would, Mr. Chris or Mr. Voss.
Voss.
Voss. Oh, like Voss water.
No, it's actually Voss.
What do you mean, like Voss water? Yeah, you know that glass water.
I know Voss, but it's spelled differently.
Well, it's not the same. No?
There's no Voss. No way.
Voss water is not VOSS. We can search this up after, man. I'm pretty sure Voss water is just VOSS, man.
Oh, for argument's sake, let's say yes.
Let's say yes.
So Voss.
Yeah.
So
old boy Chris Voss.
he talks about his career and like how he like went up the ranks of the FBI and like how he's taught his methodology to other people around the world where it comes to like kidnapping or hostage situations. So he goes through like the different sort of steps that you need to take in order to get the outcome that you want, and that's what it is. Never split the difference in terms of bowing down to the recipient's demands, essentially.
Yep.
So it's like the hostage comes out and they're like, I'm going to keep these people, and in return I want like $1 million, and he goes through the different motions of trying to get that down to, I don't know, man, like 10 grand,
50K.
10 grand.
Yeah. But he's going through step by step. Yeah, he's not going straight out the back and being like, look, man, to be honest, man, I'll give you 10K.
We'll call it even, man. That's how it is. But there's multiple different techniques in that, in a negotiation standpoint, that you can use in real day-to-day life. So for example, going through a job interview, it's how you word the question. So instead of being like, I don't know, man, like, you know, what does success look like in this particular position, if like for the right applicant?
Yeah.
You ask instead, like, what does it take to be successful here? Which means you're willing to do the extra sort of things in order to be successful in the role. You're going to buy a car. How do you talk to the sales rep? How do you deal with other sales sort of things? How do you deal with haggling? If you're overseas, how do you sort of navigate that conversation? Or if you find yourself in a tough situation, how are you going to go around that conversation? And it highlights different people's personality types, I guess. So there's like 3 main ones. I forgot the third one, but number 1 is the analyst. So they do lots of preparation, and they're very obvious, like how the name implies, analytical.
Yep.
They think about the numbers. That's all they care about. And then you got like the assertive, which is what the name implies. Like they just want to get the thing done. They don't really care about X, Y, and Z. And there's another one, which I forgot the name for. It begins with an A, but it's more about building the relationship, building the rapport, and they tend to yap a lot instead of actually getting the task done. So for them, social interaction is like a big thing, whereas it's not to the other different types.
Yep.
You with me?
Yeah. I'm just I'm thinking of how it all applies to like in a workplace, for example.
Not just a workplace, but like every other situation.
Yeah. The one that came to my mind was just workplace straight away.
Yeah.
It can obviously apply everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So like let's say you go into a negotiation situation with an analyst, you need to know that they've done lots of preparation. You need to know as well. Silence to them is them thinking about a lot of things. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
So when you go into that, you want to present like lots of factual information to show that you've done your research in order to get the right offer.
And have them be like, oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah, that's how they feed off the conversation.
Yeah.
Or like it would be the complete opposite sort of effect if you try to make it on a personal level. You know, start like yapping about other sort of stuff.
Because that's the last person.
That's how they feed off that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's just a very in-depth sort of analysis.
What would you say you was? What would you say you are?
I think I'm a combination of of I want to say analytical,
Yeah,
analyst, and the other one, which is the yapper.
Yo, Say less.
That's us.
That's us, man.
Yeah, your hand's kind of warm.
Coffee. Yeah, I'm a chat bare shit, but I've done my analytic thing. I've done my research.
Done your research, which is what I always do when I buy a new product.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I got to double check
as well.
What?
Like YouTube it. Yeah. Like you suss out what it is. Pros and cons.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably, unless you're like, not even. Everyone's probably a small percentage of each at a minimum, I reckon.
Yeah, and there's like different, like you obviously have your strong points. So maybe like someone's not as assertive, but you can learn the different skills to become assertive.
Yeah.
But I think as long as you register your weaknesses, you'll be able to build on your strengths as well. And then he talks about other sort of sub-categories you can implement in a conversation. So, one of them would be mirroring, which is like you tell me something and I would repeat like the last words or the last couple of words. So if you tell me, just tell me anything.
No, but I get what you're talking about, because that's sometimes like, for example, if I'm at work and I'm working with a customer or a client, and they say, oh, what the idea is to like have this certain automation kick off and do this certain thing for me.
Yep.
I basically just rephrase that just to get confirmation that I've understood what they've asked for. But in the same token, be like, for them, they can see that I understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So they understand.
You're welcome.
But that's essentially that's essentially mirroring. It's like you're repeating what they're saying.
It's a good skill to have, I reckon.
You do it a couple of times so the other person knows that you're following the conversation and that you're engaged, like you actually know what they're saying, and that what you said, paraphrasing right at the end. Yeah. So summarizing what they're saying, and then what you want at the very end is for them to say yes or that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know why that's right is important? Not you're right.
Oh, it's because, and then on both sides, it's like, oh, that's right. Because, so for example, you've repeated it to me, and I've said, yeah, that's right, because I've heard you say exactly what I wanted to hear, because that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. So why would you avoid a situation where the other person is saying you're right instead of that's right?
I'd say because they're trying to put it on you, trying to put responsibility on you by saying, oh, you're the one that said you're right. Yeah,
basically, because they're trying to... Man, shut the fuck up. They're trying to... essentially saying you're right, you're shutting down the conversation. So you're saying everything you said, I'm just going to say you're actually right. Think about arguments you would have had in the past previously.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, you right. That's end of story, right? Yeah. Like generally speaking, when you say that word, the conversation cuts. The argument cuts. If they're really angry, they mellow out a bit, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Also... Yeah, that's right. I guess like when you're speaking to your parents and you're trying to like do something you're not allowed to do, or maybe you've gone against the rules, and then they're lecturing you at the very end. Even if you're trying to put your point across, they're not really listening. So at the very end, you're like, you're right. Yeah,
you're just like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I got you. Say no more.
So it's these small things that he talks about. Labeling is another one. So labeling emotions, labeling viewpoints and standards. So I guess this is for like the real difficult people. If you tell me something that you like doing with a bit of passion, I would label that as it sounds like you're really passionate about what you're doing and you care a lot about the end result and especially the relationships you build.
Yep.
That's basically it.
Oh, that's basically it.
Yeah.
I reckon it's inadvertently. I feel like I've read this book before. I feel like I've learned stuff from this book before. But that might just be like what I do for work or like the work that I've done experience-wise.
Yep.
A lot of it's been like I have to build something. I have to do something for someone. So it's like really trying to learn and understand and level with that person and be like, oh, does this sound right to you? And having them say, yeah, that's right. So inadvertently, I feel like I've done quite a lot of this thing. But I feel like not everyone obviously does my job. Not everyone does what I do. That sounded so fucking arrogant, no? Did it?
Not to me.
Okay, cool.
But do you want to explain to the audience?
No, just because like
public apology.
Because I would like to formally apologize to. No, just with the field that I'm in, right? Is what I do is like very super like customer based servicing. What? Servicing customers is what I do.
You got to make sure they're satisfied.
Correct, 100%.
Amongst other things,
has to be built to a certain timeline and time frame and all this jazz. Whereas a gardener, Actually, they still have to deal with time frames, to be honest. Make sure the grass is happy.
Yeah, 100%. One other thing I want to touch on is how, what, and why.
Yeah, that's right.
He's learning. He's learning. So, the best way to keep the flow of the conversation, and I guess in a subtle way say no to the suggestion, is to ask what or why, and then follow it with the rest of the conversation. So you say, you need me to meet a deadline to deliver X, Y, and Z by this particular date, but I can't do that. So instead of me saying no, which is, it doesn't really move on the conversation if you say no, I would instead say, how am I meant to do that? Because then I ask the question of, it basically pushes it onto you, and then you're thinking about it. How is he meant to do that, given the current capacity? This is problem solving in your direction.
It works. Not in all cases, but I'd agree with that. Like, it works.
Why would it not work?
Well, let's say in your day job and your boss isn't the greatest boss, and you turn around and say, "Oh, what was it again? Sorry," you'd say, "Why?"
The use of how or why, and then following the rest of the conversation.
Oh, how am I meant to do that?
Sorry, how and what?
So if you were to tell me like, "Oh, how am I meant to do that?" and if I'm your boss and I'm a shitty boss, I'm just gonna be like, "Fuck, figure it out." That's why we pay you. Figure it out.
So what I can say to that is, it sounds like to you this is a really important thing, and we need to obviously meet the deadline to meet company compliance.
It's very important to me. I need you to figure it out, okay? Talk to who you need to talk to figure it out. Come back to me with the solution, all right?
You gonna let me finish?
No, but what if that's the boss? Okay, now you go.
We do role play?
Because all I'm saying is because I get the idea of the book is that you can apply it to like everyday life, work, friends, new people, etc.
But would you not say that's an extreme sort of situation where he just flat out refuses to acknowledge anything? At that point, you're kind of thinking to yourself, maybe I need to get out this job.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So let's go back to the how and the why.
All right, so I've opened the door. I've met you. Hi, Frank. You wanted to see me today? Or role playing?
Well, who am I though? Frank, give me a personality. What am I? Who am I?
Frank Sinatra.
Is that a guy?
Yeah. Composer, I think. Anyway, you're Frank?
Yeah.
What's my name?
Esmeralda.
That's crazy. All right. Frank, you wanted to see me today.
I did. Esmeralda, I did want to see you today.
Why'd you say it like that?
Sorry, are we role playing or what, man? Esmeralda or not?
The way you said Esmeralda was kind of...
Let's change your name. You could be Dennis.
All
right, let's go from the start. So you're Dennis, I'm Frank. All right, hit us up.
Frank, you wanted to see me today.
Dennis, come on in, man. I did. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, what's up? Like, what can I do for you?
So remember that task we set 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, the national portfolio to deliver the photon projector.
Yes. How are we going with that, Dennis? Because just remember the deadline is tomorrow, and we've had a fortnight, all right? So how are we going with that deadline? I probably should have checked in with you earlier. Hang on. So the deadline is at the end of this week, Dennis. All right? And we've had 2 weeks. Give me an update. How are we going?
Look, Frank, I'm going to be honest with you.
Are you going to be frank with Frank?
Frankly, I'm going to be frank with Frank. Frank, I'll be honest with you. You're probably going to think I'm a really bad employee and that I don't really care about what I'm doing, that maybe I'm incompetent about what I'm doing as well. To the truth be told, we are on schedule, but we're slightly behind. And the reason because of that is because we don't quite have the resources that we initially expected to have from the funding. And judging from what you said, it sounds like this is a really important deal. You want to get across the line. I can kind of sympathize with the importance of it. So I would love to get this done for you. I want to help you in any way I can. But as it currently stands, we won't be able to meet that deadline. So how can we navigate this sort of thing in order to meet the deadline? Because I know how important this is to you, and I don't want to let you down at the end of the day.
Dennis, you're lucky you're married to my daughter, Dennis. No. So I see where you're going with this because, again, it depends on, and using the previous example that I did where I said, all right, I said, get me the solution. Because me as a manager, as a team lead, I'm going to be like, oh, how can we put everyone's heads together to get the solution done or to get the situation done. So
Yeah.
if you were to come to me and say, hey man, look, with the funding and the timeline and all this jazz and shit hit the fan and we just can't deliver, I'm not going to shut you out. I'm going to be like, fuck, all right, man, how can we do this? But having that skill of like being able to navigate me towards thinking about something, i.e. like, oh, how can we deliver this for you? Specifically probably for you. Yeah. Then I'm going to be like, fuck, all right, what can we do?
Yeah, and maybe I could have done my research and figuring out how Frank is. Is he like an analytical person? Is he assertive? It sounds like he's assertive considering I'm married to his daughter.
What do you mean by that?
But actually, I want to point out what I failed to do in that whole spiel that I did was I didn't really put in enough pauses. I probably could have worded like maybe tone of voice. When I reached the very end, I was like, how can we make this work in terms of meeting the deadline? I could have put in a couple of pauses there.
Yeah, and you can double up too. I promise you can double up.
Double up on what?
Because you could be like, how, and then you just pause a bit, right? So how, Frank, how can we get this done for you? You see that? You see what I did?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going to put this all under? This whole book could just be called Art of Manipulation. Tell me I'm wrong. Yo, let me call up Chris Voss and tell him, yo, my G, CV, Chris Voss. Just rename it Art of Manipulation, brother. We got him, boys.
It's not directly.
You heard him. We logging off.
It's not directly manipulation. I think it's like you know.
No, it's
a subcategory of.
It's a subcategory of manipulation.
Human social interaction.
Yeah.
So like, obviously it's manipulation. If I know everything in that book, we have a conversation. You don't know jack shit. I'm able to steer the conversation exactly how I want
from what you've learned in that book.
But you would say it's manipulation. I wouldn't say it's manipulation. I just know how to have a conversation.
Yeah, I mean.
Or negotiation.
Manipulation is like the umbrella word, I guess.
Yeah.
Like driving is an umbrella word. What are you driving? Driving a car, motorbike.
Or like riding, could be riding a bicycle or a horse.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's scary hours. You could be riding, you know.
Hey,
you ride it.
I think I heard the Weeknd playing specifically Trilogy. So,
jeez.
I think at that time it's Deep in Hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a little role play. Obviously, yeah.
I think it's a good. What was it? Never split the difference. I think it's a good thing to know that these things happen and to know that there's people out there that actually probably either have read this book or know this just intuitively, know how to like.
Because I
get
feel
a
like
situation to go their way.
We all do these things to a degree, just very very small, and maybe if we do it to a small degree, we don't know how to piece them together in terms of having it all connect.
Yeah. Because did we? I feel like we touched on this in one of the most recent episodes. I feel like you can definitely read that book and then take a look at like serial killers, and they fit like one of those described
negotiation stuff.
Yeah, they would fit that to a T, like almost 100% of like one version of them. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, and obviously at the end of the day, these people want something when they're in a hostage or sort of situation. So,
you reckon you could do one? Do one. Do you reckon you could be a hostage negotiator? A negotiator, full stop. Let's go with this whole scenario. Can I paint a scenario?
I plan to no.
You wanted to do this?
I plan to use these tools when I next go look for a car. I thought about it.
Oh, I meant more like
actual negotiator.
You're dealing with a hostage. He's got 30 bodies in this bank right now. They're not dead. They're alive. And he's demanding cash. He's like, yo, I need $33 million delivered to me 10 p.m. tonight. Every minute past 10 p.m., you're losing someone. It's 9:30 p.m. You got 30 minutes.
Okay.
Do you reckon you could literally talk him down from killing 30 people? I couldn't. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be able to. 30 minutes is
without proper training? Nah, definitely not. But
okay,
I feel like I'd be more equipped.
Let's throw the time frame out the window and just say, do you reckon you could talk someone down from what I've just described?
Yeah.
Devin, middle name, last name. I'm not gonna put the government out there, but Devin, middle name, last name.
I could, because it talks about leverage as well. Right?
30 bodies, $33 million delivered, or you're losing 30 bodies. You reckon you could talk someone down from that?
But I know it's not a real thing because you're practically killing off your leverage.
Just throw yourself in there and pretend like it's a real thing.
But I'm trying. But I know that it's so all you want to do in a situation is stall for time. Right? You want to say, I would love to help you. You're asking us to deliver 30 million in 30 minutes.
$33 million.
In 33 minutes and 33 seconds. I come from a middle class family. How am I meant to do that?
Find the money. Did you ever grow up wanting to be a villain?
Sometimes.
Man, when I used to watch Batman, I used to be like, fuck, man. Can you imagine being a Joker?
I think if anything, I'd be like an anti-hero.
Anti-hero, yeah. Give me a good example of an anti-hero.
Well, you haven't seen it, but Omni-Man.
Who?
Invincible.
Oh, okay.
Omni-Man and what's that guy's name? Who's the guy in The Boys?
Oh, yeah, the New Zealand guy.
No.
Yeah. Didn't you say he's from New Zealand? The main guy.
Fuck, what's his name?
The Superman ripoff.
He's not from New Zealand. Is he from New Zealand?
I thought he was. One of them, One of the main characters is from New Zealand, and like you could never tell until he spoke normal. Like,
why have I forgot his name? Because I know one of the guys is called Butcher.
It's the main guy, yeah? Blonde,
Yeah.
loves milk.
I don't know why I forgot his name. But he loves milk.
Such a weird thing to love, man. I still never watched that shit, man.
Yeah, it's a good book. But anyway.
A good book, yeah?
Honestly, like, top 3 for me.
Top 3, huh? But that's because of what you've... Prior to reading this book, did any of this come across your mind as you were doing it? So you're talking to people, you're trying to negotiate... Because I know that you've, like... Obviously, you've gone to, like, have... you've gone to dealerships before to, like, deal with cars and stuff. Or, like, even with work stuff. Before reading this book, did any of this come in, like, across your mind when you were in those situations? Thinking back now or no?
To a very small degree. But I think that's because I'm naturally a conversationalist. Like, I know how to navigate conversations. I know how to keep people talking, to keep them engaged. But this sort of, like, gives me a lot more tools. I think the difference with this one is I can unconsciously think through the tools as well. I don't have to pick it apart.
Oh, yeah.
It just comes to mind, and I'm conscious that, you know, I'm aware of it. This is what I'm going to ask. This is, like, the outcome that I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Almost all the time it works. And it's crazy. It's crazy. When you use the tools in there, you talk to someone, you ask a question a certain way, it's crazy. The response you get is exactly how it's meant to happen.
It's been, like, described or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. It actually works.
So for any future love interests of Devin listening to this, man, just
That's
know that this man has read this motherfucking book and he's going to monopolize the whole situation.
Monopolize.
Monopolize the whole situation, man. Shit.
Yeah, top 3 for me.
Top 3, huh? Maybe I should pick it up, man.
I think that would be a good thing.
Never split the difference.
Yeah.
Alright, man, cool.
But other than that, I watched Invincible, which is like animated TV show.
Yeah, is it
R18.
a short one?
It's like 3 seasons.
Is that the one where the dad's a piece of shit?
Yeah. You see in the meme? Yeah.
Isn't it like based on Flash or something?
No. So every super in there is like based off a character. So you got like Batman. There's like Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, obviously.
Yeah, isn't it Flash's dad that's like a dog? The guy in yellow, yeah? The guy in yellow is like a piece of shit, no?
No, that's the son.
Oh, the son's the one in yellow? What's the meme I'm thinking of, though? Isn't it the one where he's like, yo, you ain't shit?
No, he's like, listen. That one? Where he's like standing over him. And he's like, listen. Think.
Think? Maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one, yeah.
Think, Mark, think. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, shit. So what are we saying? Like, is a good one? Bro, what the fuck?
What happened?
I don't know, man. I've been cut.
You've been cut?
Hard.
Oh, that looks like blood.
I'm chilling. Let me look that
Let
up.
me suck it. No, like you suck it. The blood.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I've been watching Invincible. Really good TV show. It's pretty gruesome.
Even from like an anime standard?
Not like proper anime, just like animated.
Oh, but like from an anime/animated series, it's like pretty gruesome.
Yeah. Well, it's R18, so I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
there's lots of blood and like ripping off bones,
Like limbs and shit.
yeah, and you fully see like intestines, and stuff on the show, but it's essentially about like this dude from outer space comes in, protects Earth, has a kid, marries an Earth woman, kid grows up, has powers.
Hard.
There's all other, and I can't really go into it without ruining it. Do you want me to ruin it?
Up to you, man. I feel like I do want to watch it because I've seen the snippets and stuff, and it does look pretty good. It's probably the same thing as The Boys.
Is that yes or no?
Yeah, you go on.
What?
Spoiler alert. Go on.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna watch it for like another 6 months. I
You'll
don't know.
probably forget about it anyway.
How many episodes?
Trey.
3 episodes.
No. 3 seasons, 8 each season.
And what's it on?
Prime.
You got money, huh?
What the fuck do you mean?
Five?
Prime is like $10.
Is that it?
Well, I got the delivery service on Prime, and then I just get like Prime Video with it as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you got money, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, go on.
Something like that. It's like the main. I wouldn't call him a bad guy. He's part of the Viltrum Empire. Viltrum Empire is like outer space. They're like humanoids, so they look like humans, but they're like super strong, super fast. They can fly, very durable, endurance-wise. They can heal very fast.
How did they get this whole thing off? And my boy, who created Superman? Is he getting a cut? Is he getting a check? All these things just sound like Superman, no?
Yeah, it's pretty much
So shouldn't
based off him.
the creator get like a cut? I don't know. Maybe there's no like patent on Superman's heritage or backstory.
No, man,
You
'cause
can
it's just-
rinse and repeat that for
It's
anyone.
just powers that he has similar. But everything else is different.
Right, if I say, what's a superhero or an anti-hero that shoots lasers from their eyes? What are you thinking?
Cyclops.
Man, you ain't shit. You're thinking Superman.
No.
The majority of listeners are gonna be like, yeah, Superman.
Yeah, Superman and Cyclops.
Or if it's like, oh, a superhero that can fly,
All of them.
Superman.
Yeah. Iron Man.
That's cap. That's fake flying, man.
Anyway,
That's engineered.
they're at the. He's part of the Viltrum Empire. The Viltrum Empire is very much like a cull the weak, keep the strong. The reason why the empire is so strong is because they kill all the weak. That's why the empire flourishes. And they have a division where they go to different planets and they pretend to be the protector of their planet because they want to
Colonization.
eventually enslave it to the Viltrum Empire, cull the weak, keep the strong. So the
On
planet,
the new planet.
yeah. So the planet flourishes from the strong.
Heard you.
A lot of people die. So anyway, the dude has a kid. I don't think he's meant to have a kid.
When it's good, you know?
Yo, but yeah, the kid's half human, half Viltrumite.
Human as in Earth human?
Yeah,
So this man been bouncing from planet to planet and he hit Earth and he's like, yeah,
this is it.
this is the one.
I think the woman he married was Asian. I'm pretty sure.
Bro even went into the marriage thing.
Yeah,
married shorty.
fully married. Yeah.
Shit.
And then when the kid got powers, he's like, all right, we got to switch it up. So what he did was he killed all the other superheroes. The main ones. So like Batman, fucking Wolverine. Shit
Wait,
like
they're
that.
all in there?
There's not the actual.
Oh,
no,
right.
there's like is adaptions. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean. Yeah, adaptions. So he killed them all because again wanted to cull the weak. Make space for the new world order.
Oh, bro. So, okay, hang on. So he had a son on Earth.
Yep.
And then on Earth, my boy cleaned up Earth. So
Not
took care
the
of
whole
Batman.
country, but like the main superheroes, the people that would be a threat, that stand in the way, they wouldn't
Yeah.
bow down to.
To his son.
Yeah,
heard
or
you.
like the movement. And then the son finds out, and then the son like goes against the dad. They have a fight, and then he almost kills the son, and then he realizes. He like looks at his hands, like,
Yeah, what have I done?
Yeah, and then he flies off, and I think he's like all sad and shit. He eventually gets to another planet. Kind of does like a rinse and repeat.
He lays another seed or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
Deadass. The son grows up and he's like, I gotta like get stronger so I can protect this planet. And then the dad gets captured. He goes to the prison because they're gonna execute him. That's the part I'm up to.
Oh, okay, cool. So you
Yeah.
haven't finished it?
No, I haven't finished. I got like maybe 5 more episodes.
Man, this sounds interesting. I might jump on it.
Mm.
How long is the episodes? Like 40 or 30 or 20? 2.
24.
Yeah, that's clean. I'm gonna get on that one.
But they're pretty long.
What? 24 minutes is 24 minutes.
What was your question? How many episodes or
How
minutes?
long are the episodes?
Oh, right.
40 minutes, 30 minutes, or 20?
That's like
minutes?
45 to 60.
Oh, it's a... Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
a,
like proper
an
long.
episode.
Mm.
Yeah, heard you.
But yeah, good TV show.
Good TV.
I give it the tick of approval.
I'm gonna have to spin the block on that one.
Mm.
Talking about spin the block.
Yes.
So, I was watching the irrelevant part of the story. So then,
Yeah.
I try and do this with no spoilers because wife have been telling me I can't tell a story. I can't recap a movie without spoiling shit. So I'm gonna try and do this.
This is what she said to you?
Hard. I got told.
Wow.
Haters, man. Haters out there.
So that's indirectly said to me as well.
100%, yeah. We may as well just rename this the spoiler cast. No shit. Let me walk out.
Yeah.
All right, man. So she's like, so she's watching a movie like on and off, and she's like, there was a very tantalizing scene, and Megan Fox was a part of it. Full ride action. She said, "You might like this." I said, "Yo, shout out, wifey, man. I might." And then I was like, "No, I don't want to watch it."
What do you mean you might?
I was like, "Nah, I don't want to watch it, man. I can't be bothered." That's it? That's it? And then that same night, I was like, "Fuck it, you want to watch it?" So it's called Subservient.
Hmm.
All right, hear me out, and then I'm gonna ask you the question at the end.
Is it on Netty?
Nah, man, it's on some whack one.
Like Bing Lee?
Isn't it called Binge?
Shit, yeah, it is as well.
Nah,
I don't know where I
it's
got
10
Bing Lee
p.m. man.
from.
We keep going. It's on some random one. Search it up, man. You'll see where it's at. But
Yeah.
it's a fresh movie too, so it's like fresh Megan Fox. 2024, that is. So we're in this world. I'm gonna try and do this with no spoilers, all right? So wish me luck. So we're in a world where AI is super advanced, even more advanced than right now, where not only do they look like humans, they're essentially your maids, right? So hear me out. As in, they can like look after your kids, pick them up from school, do your shopping, cooking, etc., etc. The works, all right? That's how advanced we get. And the conversation A1, but they've got limiters in their build, all right? So they can't like do the manipulation thing. They can't do the never split the difference thing, all right? So,
Yeah.
so the movie starts out with a husband and a wife. They've got a daughter, and the wife's like, she's gone through it, right? So she's unfortunately in the hospital. I think it was like a life-threatening one, so she's in the hospital quite a long time. And the husband just needs some help around the house. He can't do it all. So they go to this like expo thing where all of these like AI assistants and AI bots are like on display and at the expo. And
Who's Megan Fox playing? The maid?
the AI bot, yeah.
Oh,
You see me?
okay.
So yeah, the husband and the daughter go to this expo to like pick up or try and find a bot that can help them around the house. Megan Fox's bot comes up to the daughter, and the daughter's like, "Oh, daddy, can we have this one, please? Can we have this one, please?" My boy looks up and he's like, he kind of, you kind of look at the bot, you're like, "Shit, man."
Hey, hear me out.
She kind of fire, man.
Hear me out.
She kind of fire. They bring her home. That's the new maid, right? So the maid's doing the maid things. She gets heated pretty quick because out the gate, essentially you buy it, you're the primary user, and the bot only listens to the primary user or services the primary user. All right. So whatever the primary user says goes, essentially. If it's against the primary user's wishes, the bot's not going to do it. So say I'm the primary user, you're secondary user. If you say, oh, like, I know Helder said do this, but just don't do it. Do this instead. The bot's going to be like, no, sorry, you're not the primary user. Primary user is this. That's not serving his, like, that's not servicing him. I'm not going to do
Yeah.
it. So she's doing things around the house for him, the family, but specifically for him, because, again, primary user thing. Bro's stress, yeah. Wife's in hospital and all that jazz. He's fucking the workforce is getting replaced by bots as well. He's under the pump, but he's a team lead, so he's kind of safe. But he's stressed because he's losing boys left and right to bots. He's working on a car. Shorty, he's like, his dilemma is that she looks like a person, but inside he knows it's not a person. So he's like, you don't understand, like, you're not flesh and blood. You look like you're flesh and blood, but you don't understand, like, you don't have a heart. And then he puts his finger on her chest, and he's like, pauses, and he's like, fuck, is that like a heartbeat? And she's like, yeah, we've been, programmed to have a beat, a heartbeat. And then she does the same to him. This might be a little spoiler, but I'm gonna give it away. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So she puts her finger on his chest on the heart, and then she's like, oh, I can feel your blood. Like, I can feel your blood rushing. Yeah, where was the rush to?
Where was the rush to?
Rushed straight down south is where it rushed to. Because where did her hand go? Straight down south is where her hand went, boy. She went straight. I'm going to service my primary user. She started stroking my boy's meat. I said, wait, what the fuck? Wait. Where's the consent, homeboy?
Just like that?
Just like that, man. My boy is sweaty, working on the car. She said, this is your heart. And she's like, I can feel it. Bang. Crazy work.
And he's like...
And then he's like, nah, whoa,
Oh, as he's taking his pants off.
No. You tripping, man? He said, nah, man. This ain't right, man. This ain't right.
Yeah.
I got a wife. So that's like the main part of it.
Let me raise you a question.
Nah, because we're going to go there. I want to finish this.
Okay, finish.
So then later in the movie, basically, like, that's the first part of the tantalizing situation. The movie continues, so he's like still going through this dilemma of like, shit, my wife's like down bad, but this bot's like really good because it's doing shit at home, so it's real easy, cruisy. And then my boys, like, the bot has no, it's not going to knock on the door before entering. It's just going to like enter and be like, oh, your daughter's crying for you, and then walk out. So he's having a shower, and then she just busts open the door and she's like, oh, I brought fresh towels for you. Obviously my boy fresh out of the shower, so meet out. And she's like, oh, I brought the towel for you, blah, blah, blah. And then I guess, I forgot what the dialogue was leading into the ride session, right? But also she's got to have like working parts. Shout out the bots, man.
Yeah.
So, he's like, nah, I can't do this, like, I got a wife, etc., etc. The fucked up thing is, she's like, we can just blindfold you and I can change my voice to sound like your wife.
Wow.
Yeah. So then he's like, bro, at that point, bro said, fuck it. fuck it. Like, she put the blindfold on him. So he was already lost, bro. Bro said, fuck it. Because I think she had whispered in his ear, in his wife's voice.
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, no. And then she blindfolded him and she was like, let's just pretend like it's me and you, man. But the fucked up thing was, sick spoiler, she was whispering in his ear while the session was going, but she was giving it up like, I love you so much, but pretending like it's his wife, man. You see where I'm going with this?
It was a manipulation thing.
Never split the difference.
Never split the difference.
Look at us, man. Shit. Yeah, man. So that was all happening. Basically, long story short, movie kind of takes a turn to the left. Wife comes back. She said, yo, what the fuck is this?
Oh, she caught them?
Nah, she kind of caught on to it.
Oh.
The bot was getting saucy. Because there was, one big part I missed, I guess, was, you know how I said the bots don't have that, like, never split the difference thing, where they kind of manipulate the situation. Basically, he was watching a movie at night, a classic, Casablanca, I think it was. And he was like, oh, have you watched this movie? being a bot, she has access to the internet, etc. She's like, yes, this movie's about blah 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 blah, and she just kind of like essentially brought it from the web, what the movie's about. And he's like, no, have you watched this movie? And then she's like, no, I haven't. And then he's like, wipe your memory from whatever you know about this movie. Wipe it. You're gonna sit and watch it like you're watching it with me for the first time. You have to do it. Primary user says you have to do it, so she has to do it.
Yep.
In doing so, she may or may not have done a bit extra in wiping that allowed her to then progress these more human feelings.
Oh, so you mean in terms of what they're programmed to do, there'd be limitations?
Yeah, it's
But
like
she
limiters, and she
wiped that.
Yeah, it's implied that she wiped it on purpose.
Oh.
Tantalizing. So then, fast forward to like near the end of the movie, it gets kind of, it goes left, you know.
So what was your question?
So you smashing or not? Because I had a chat with wifey about this one. I forgot what the answer was, so I'm not trying to say my answer now because I might get in trouble. I might get in trouble for this one. So, because you're a single man. What was your question? Because you said I got a question. Was it the same question?
I was going to ask you. I was going to be like, is it cheating?
Well, I think we had that conversation because... So we all know about the dildos for women and the pussy. Like a dildo for like women and the men.
I know what it is.
All right, cool. The thing about that is like there's no face to it, right? It's just like
it's a toy.
Your hand holding the toy.
Yeah.
Same as like I guess like a fleshlight, right? We're taking it all the way there, yeah. We're just going all the way, fuck it. So you got like a fleshlight, right? Which is like again no face.
Yeah.
The difference is though, like I think dildos you can get just like straight shape, no, like no curve.
You can get curved.
No, but you can get like plain ass ones too, no?
Yeah, or you can get it like realistic.
Yeah.
As well.
Whereas with the fleshlight, I feel like that's always got to have texture to it on the inside, no?
Yeah. Well, it's
because technically
it's marketed after actors.
Yeah. Because even then, like, because you're like a dildo with nothing is just like whatever, man. It's just a shape. But a fleshlight with curves and like grips and shit on the inside of a fleshlight, is that already too much? Never too much. Wah. You get me?
Are you asking from a moral point of view?
I'm asking you from a single man point of view.
On the basis that I'm single and not with someone and I'm using it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, as in like, if you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like you as a single man, ATM, because you can answer free will. You can let it ring, man. You can say,
okay.
I'm busting it down.
If I was seeing someone right now.
See, you hear that, ladies? If I was seeing
someone. I personally wouldn't be.
You wouldn't be busting
indulging
down
in such intricacies, because I wouldn't feel like I'd need to
bust down a flesh.
Do it, but like any form of cheating, it's flesh and blood, right? That you're dealing with the other recipient. You go on like ChatGPT.
You taking it to the point of like you can just bust down an AI bot.
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. I'm asking the question. Because like, what other form of cheating is it? You go on like ChatGPT or like an AI sort of service.
Okay, if we breaking down the cheating barriers, or you got physical cheating, and you got emotional cheating. I don't know what other cheating you have. You might have another type of cheating in there. I don't know.
I think there's only two: emotional and physical. Yeah.
All right, now we've got to bring in the AI cheating. What is that for? That probably falls under a category of emotional cheating. If you're just chatting to a bot only.
Yeah. So the principle's still the same. It's still a form of cheating.
All right, but bring it to a bot that looks like someone.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's cheating.
I'd agree.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's the same situation if like you're with like let's say we're like in that age, right?
Oh yeah.
The age of AI bots and shit, like maids and whatever. It's like if your wife decided to do that with the bot, the bot's a dude. I would be like, you know.
Yeah, I'd be like, what's going on?
What's good?
What's all this then, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, crazy. It was actually a good movie though, to be honest. Like shitty rated, and it's kind of like one of those movies where you're like,
I kind of want to watch it for the plot.
of course,
Of course.
Of course.
There's no other reason to watch it.
It's a solid like
Plot movie.
10 seconds of it.
Well, I mean,
of the plot.
that's a long time, no?
Of the
10
plot.
seconds is a long time, man.
Oh, the AI bot too.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, man. But that was
I reckon that's gonna be a real thing.
100%. I reckon you could probably get one now.
Not like a fully AI sort of thing. That's a couple of 10 years and 2 months.
Yeah, but you
Where?
can get them where like it's actually shaped, like a lower half shape,
Yeah, but I'm saying like a robot
and like moves and stuff.
that
like
walks
vibrations.
around,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like tries to mimic someone or like puts on their voice
Yeah,
or whatever.
I'll probably never get one.
Nah, me neither.
You could not even square up. Because that's a part of the movie, bro. Bro tried to square up. She said, do you know who the fuck I am? And she just like, he tried to swing. Or he tried to do something to her physically.
To a robot?
Yeah, and she just like held his hand. And he's like, he kind of looked at her hand like, oh, fuck. It's a robot. I can't take on a robot.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's not a skinny dude. He works construction. He's fucking working on cars. He's at the gym. Swole. And like, Megan Fox just like held his hand. And he's like, yeah, fuck. I'm cooked, chat.
Nah, I definitely got to watch that for the plot.
No, honestly, it's
I love
it's a
movies
decent
for the
movie.
plot.
Yeah, it's a decent movie. Decent.
That was a good conversation. Do you anything else you want to circle back to?
Nah, man, I don't think so. I think I'm all good. Let me just quickly check, just in case.
You want to check your notebook?
Nah, there was something else, but
Save it for next one?
how long we got? 56? It'll be like another 10, 20 minutes. Convo. Oh, nah, fuck it. Save for the next one.
We'll save a load for the next one.
Yeah, man. Load pending.
Alright, but thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for being patient.
Yeah, we've been doing some
I mean,
life admin
be life,
things.
man.
Yeah.
You say life admin? That's such a corporate word, but I hate you, man.
What do
Hey,
you mean,
no
man?
one in a regular life just says life admin, man. That's such a corporate word, dude. I'm doing my life admin. How's your weekend? Just admin shit. Okay. We'll catch you guys next week.
We live in the world.
Shit,
All
man.
right, peace.
Laters.